Every single light on the way home turns green right as you approach it. Not one stop, not one delay, and by the third or fourth light in a row, something ridiculous is happening inside your chest. A genuine swelling sense of triumph, as though you have personally outsmarted the entire traffic system through sheer skill rather than sheer dumb luck. You did not build the timing of these lights. You had absolutely nothing to do with when they change, and still you feel like a small private hero of the road, grinning at nothing, as though this counts as a real accomplishment you can take credit for. Carl Jung had a genuinely fun explanation for why total, meaningless luck can feel exactly like personal victory. Jung believed the mind has a deep, almost automatic tendency to find and construct meaningful patterns everywhere, even in situations that are, by any honest measure, pure chance. Because a mind constantly on the lookout for pattern and meaning is simply how human consciousness is built to operate. 4 green lights in a row genuinely feels like a pattern, a streak, something special happening specifically to you, and the mind, doing exactly what it always does, quietly assigns you the credit for producing that pattern, even though you did absolutely nothing except happen to be driving at the right moment. This explains why the feeling is so specifically triumphant rather than simply pleasant, since pleasant would only describe convenience. Triumphant describes something your mind has decided you personally achieved, weaving a tiny, invisible narrative in which your good timing, your instincts, your particular skill at driving somehow produced this streak purely because your mind cannot resist turning a coincidence into a small story where you are the hero. Here is the genuinely fun part worth knowing. This same instinct, the one that hands you imaginary credit for 4 green lights, is the exact same mental machinery responsible for some of humanity's greatest scientific discoveries and its most persistent superstitions alike, the mind's relentless drive to find pattern and meaning in everything it encounters. You are not being irrational when you feel triumphant about traffic lights. You are simply watching, in miniature and in a genuinely delightful way, one of the most fundamental and most universal features of how every human mind actually works. There is nothing here that needs fixing, and that is genuinely the point. This particular joy is free, harmless, and entirely self-generated, a private little win manufactured out of pure coincidence, and there is real value in simply enjoying it rather than correcting yourself with the reminder that it was actually meaningless luck. Meaningless luck that makes you smile the entire rest of the drive is not something that needs correcting. There is one small, genuinely useful thing worth doing with this insight though. If your mind is this good at building a private, triumphant story out of pure chance, it is worth occasionally pointing that same skill towards something that actually deserves the credit. Noticing and genuinely celebrating a small real accomplishment you actually did produce yourself, with the same easy delight you give 4 green lights in a row. Think honestly about the last time a small, meaningless streak of luck made you feel disproportionately victorious, and notice how quickly and how naturally your mind built an entire private story around it. Right below the single word for the small streak of luck that most reliably makes you feel like a secret champion, naming it and simply enjoying it without correcting yourself is the real and delightfully unnecessary way to appreciate one of the more charming quirks of being a human being. Because feeling like a genuine winner when every light turns green was never, according to Carl Jung's understanding, some strange or irrational overreaction. It was your own mind doing exactly what it has always done best, finding a story, a pattern, and a small private victory in something that was really just very good timing.